Hello and welcome to this lesson on symmetry. Today we're going to learn three types of symmetry: bilateral, radial, and asymmetry. But first, let's go over the definition. Symmetry is the quality of being made up of exactly similar parts facing each other or around an axis, like this starfish. First, let's talk about bilateral symmetry. A figure is bilaterally symmetrical when it can be divided into equal halves by a line, like this pizza and these dogs. In nature, symmetry is everywhere, like in these animals. We humans are also bilaterally symmetrical. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and see how many poses you can make with your body while maintaining your bilateral symmetry. Next is radial symmetry, which is symmetry around a central axis. This means that you can divide the object into equal halves by making a line at any point on the central axis. Let's take a look at this flower. The axis is in the center, so you can split the image in half in any way and it will still be symmetrical. Radial symmetry also means that the object can be split into exactly equal segments with lines radiating from the central axis, like this starfish. Kaleidoscopes are another example of radial symmetry. Radial symmetry is common in nature in animals and plants. Get a group of friends together and see if you can make some shapes that are radially symmetrical. Now let's talk about asymmetry, which is a lack of equality between parts or lack of symmetry. Since this is the opposite of symmetry, there is no axis or line which will divide the object into equal parts, like in this painting by Van Gogh. However, there is often still visual balance without the halves being equal, like this Picasso work. Famous artists like Picasso and Van Gogh often use this technique in their works. Asymmetry is everywhere, oftentimes in architecture like the Sydney Opera House. It is also common in nature and can be found in many organisms such as trees and coral. Find some shapes with your body that are asymmetrical. Can you keep your balance? Now let's review. Try and guess which type of symmetry is represented by these famous works of art. Now that you know the different types of symmetry, let's explore how they can be used effectively in art. Balance is an equal distribution of weight, and in art, it is used to distribute visual interest. Symmetrical balance involves equal weight and importance on both sides of a composition. In this work, the man is centered, making the piece bilaterally symmetrical. The same goes for this painting by Van Gogh. Although the vase and flowers are not exactly symmetrical, there is still balance and equal visual weight on both sides. In this piece, although the man and woman look different, they are similarly shaped and sized, giving the piece balance. The balance of a composition does not necessarily have to be from left to right. In this photograph, there is still symmetrical balance, but it is involving the top and bottom halves. Asymmetrical balance involves placement of non-identical forms to either side of a balancing point, giving the two sides equal visual weight. The artist can use different colors, sizes, and shapes to create different distributions of balance. Now let's look at this piece. The treble clef is only on one side, which draws the eye and skews the balance. However, the left side is a bright red, which prevents the piece from seeming lopsided. The same goes for this painting of the Eiffel Tower. Although the tower is on the right half, the bright red sun on the left also draws attention, creating balance. People often view symmetry as beautiful, especially symmetry of the face. Picasso purposely distorts the symmetry of the face to create an effect. Artists can also purposely make their work unbalanced to call attention to a certain aspect of their piece. Radial symmetry is the least common type of symmetry found in art, probably because it leaves the least room for interpretation. However, it can often be found in stained glass ceilings, tie-dye, quilt patterns, and the compass rose. Let's take a minute and go over the balance used in these art pieces. If you need to, pause the video and try to guess which type of balance is used. Great work! Now the lesson is over. Now it's your turn to be the artist. Let's take what you've learned and put it into a project. Here are the supplies you'll need: magazines, scissors, glue, construction paper, and paint, but that's optional. First, cut out different pictures from the magazines, making sure to have a variety of different shapes and sizes. You're the artist now, so it's up to you. Arrange and rearrange the pictures you cut out to form a collage that is balanced either symmetrically or asymmetrically. If you want, you can add paint to either the background or the cutouts to give the illusion of balance. Maybe even create a Picasso-esque face. Play around with the shapes until you find a composition you like and then glue the pieces down. Then you're done! Thanks for watching!